So today let's make a tutorial video about all the character or Win Mugen characters AI issue. So a lot of people may facing this kind of issue. For example, one of my patron, he asked, he have a character by IQS, so he is expecting 2 DFL, one for boss and another is normal, but when he choose the normal one to play, he have no AI. But if he choose the boss one, it have AI, but he cannot take control. This is very typical Win Mugen character issue, because Win Mugen doesn't have a trigger called AI level. Basically, a Win Mugen character cannot tell whether I'm being controlled by a human being or controlled by AI. This is the character zip file we are going to deal with. I already downloaded it, but as I know in advance, IQS is a Japanese Mugen author. Usually you need some extra step, and you'd better have for the Notepad++. Yes, I suggest to use BandZip, or you can use Kouma on macOS. So why we need to use this BandZip particular? We can use 7-zip or any zip, right? But no. Let's see if I just use normal 7-zip, extract this character. You see here, this is a garbled text. In order to avoid it, even you don't read Japanese, I still suggest you unzip the file correctly. So that's why we need this one. You open it, drag this file into this thing, so it will tell you what kind of file is in the zip. But you see here is garbled text. This file name is detect or decoded by UTF-8, but the problem is the file name is not in UTF-8 format. You have to choose the correct format to display it, and you know the author is a Japanese, so you choose Japanese, and you see, voila, Japanese character, right? So then you click extract, and you can close this thing. Go inside, you see Japanese character, not garbled. But when you open this thing, the text still garbled. So now you have to do step 2. Open your Notepad++. Basically you put every file except sound and picture. So you find those sound and picture. Sound is sound, picture is SFF. Except these two and the ACT. The ACT is poly file, is here, and you drag all the file into Notepad++. And another file is here, CNS file, you also drag into Notepad++. You see, even under a English environments, Notepad++ gets the correct codec for this text file. You see, it's Shift JIS, which is a Japanese codec. So that's why we can see this thing not garbled. But if I just using normal Notepad, so this is normal, and this is decoded correctly. Okay. Actually, he have a lot of comments, so you can read and react to it. So it made those modification or configuration more easily. So, but this is not enough, because if we using Fighter Factory to open it, it's still garbled text. Let's see the file. You see, it's still garbled text. So for non-Japanese user, I highly suggest you convert all the file. First, you decode the file correctly, then convert the file to UTF-8. So after you convert, any system, no matter Windows, Mac, Linux, can display correctly. So I will try to convert this thing. So first you need to make sure it's decoded correctly, which is displayed as Shift-JIS. Then you say coding, convert. When you see UTF-8 on, that means good codec, means you send this file to other non-Japanese user, it also can decode correctly. And let's do this for other files. So for this file, it doesn't detect as Japanese, but sometimes the detect will be the guessing will be wrong. So to be safe, you can say I change this file to Japanese, then convert to UTF-8. Okay. For example, this file, actually the guessing is correct, Japanese, but what if the guessing is wrong? Let's say it guess as Chinese, for example. If the guess is Chinese, it will garbled. Then you see this kind of thing, that means Notepad++, the guessing is wrong. So you need to help Notepad++ to say this is Japanese. So you use Japanese to decode. After you see the thing like Japanese, then you convert to UTF-8. Okay, I think I already did all the changes for all the files and save. So after that, now we can start. So now we can see there's a 2DF file. The first one is default, and let's see if the test is still garbled or not. And you see under Fighter Factory, the Japanese displayed as Japanese. Now you can finally see Japanese and do Google translation. Then we need to understand what's the difference between these two DEF. So according to my patron, says that this is the boss with AI, this is normal. Then I want to see, are they really about that? So I can open maybe two of them simultaneously and see what's the difference. So the only difference is this file, but this exp4 is inside this folder. It's called IQS Kishima exp AI. So the only difference is the two DF use the different files. Only one file is different. This file and inside here and this file. And let's do a comparison. What's the difference? So we can exp4, go here and exp4 in the AI folder, and actually you can compare by Notepad++. There is a plugin compare, and you say compare, and it will show you the difference. So this line is started with semi-comma, so it doesn't matter. And this line, here is 1, here is all 0. So other than these two parts, this doesn't matter. The only thing matter is this is 1, this is 0. Okay. So from the comment, this is comment because it starts with semi-comma. Okay. Maybe I'm a Chinese, I have a little bit advantage to read Japanese, but you can always do Google Translate. So I guess this one means this bit, this 2 means this bit, this 3 means this bit. Okay, so for this file under the AI folder, the first bit is set to 1. It says set to 1, it means always on. If it's set to 0, it means never on, means the AI will be never on. This is always on. There's no such thing as when the AI control the character controlled by AI. When you control the character, you control the character. No, it's either on or off. It will not check and cannot check who is controlling the character. You can see here, 0 means do not start, and 1 means always start. And here I'm not very sure about what is artiface. It says 0 is default value, and you can choose either 1 to 8. Basically, you can set this bit to 8 or 1 or 0 by default. I'm not sure what this means, but so I don't change it. So you clearly see here she is using variable 2 to set this configuration. Okay. And one thing we need to know is what is the master switch for AI. Usually it's var 59, but maybe not for this character because he is using 2. I don't know why. So we can go to the first file, and clearly IQS is a very good Mugen author. He writes so many comments, so actually if you can decode it correctly, you can understand a lot of things. You don't have to guess. You see here, variable, the meaning of variables. var1 and var2 is AI specific. It's used by AI, and clearly I'm not sure where is var1. I can go here and check those. This is the command file. You see on the first line the trigger is var1 equals 1. Probably this is an AI. And here you see this move when you click B and hold down, and var1 is 0, means this is player control. So we can see the master switch is not var 59, it is var1. But yeah, somehow it seems he used var2 to set configurations. He used var2, so here's a very complicated algorithm how he decode var2, but I don't want to go in detail, but just know var1 and var2 is used by AI. So now we know these two DF file is just, one is AI always on, one is AI always off. There is no such thing as boss mode. We can see no difference between these two files except these bits. So we are going to make the character into a Mugen 1.0 character, because if we say here it is Mugen 1.0 character, we can let the character know who is controlling, whether AI is controlling or the player is controlling. If here is less than 1.0, the character will not able to tell who is controlling. So I change to 1.0. So after you change 1.0, you can insert 1.0 commands into this character. Then let's see where is the master switch. Not here. Here So here basically is the master switch for AI. You see the connection is when a switch is not on, and VAR2 you configure it's always on, and when the match is running it's set to 1. If you die or match over, it turns off. And here this thing means I think is turned off. AI cutting. I think this turn off the AI. This is enabled AI. So because we already made this character into 1.0 compatible, so we can use 1.0 code to tell the character who is controlling. So how we can do it? So we can change here a little bit. So when the master switch is not on, which is not 1, and usually the round should be 2. Round state is 2, which means it is in fighting state, not in intro or ending. And another one is, this is a Mugen 1.0 specific or 1.0 plus trigger. I should say trigger or conditioner or API, whatever. Basically this thing tell you if this thing returns 0 means player is controlling. If this thing give you 1 to 8 means the AI is controlling. And if it's 1, the Mugen setting is 1. If it's A, your Mugen difficult setting is A. So basically when we detect AI is controlling, turn on the master switch. Or if VAR1 is 1, means the master switch is on, and we find it's not AI controlling, which is 0 or no AI label, which is 0, then we turn the switch, master switch, to 0. Maybe I can add one more line here. Okay, so basically when the switch is on, if a human is controlling, turn off the switch. If the round is not started, turn off the switch. Okay, good. Maybe you may ask, why cannot change to 1.1? So my suggestion is, if this character is a character designed for Win Mugen or older Mugen, you'd better only upgrade to 1.0. If you upgrade to 1.1, it causes other compatible issues, and you have to spend a lot of effort for it. So to be safe, you just upgrade to 1.0, and 1.0 already have the thing we need. Since this file is not used, I will not use it, and this file is no needed already, because now the character can behave correctly. When you control it, you have the control. When the AI control, AI have the control. Behave normally. So we can go to training mode. You see, he is not acting automatically, and I'm having full control. You see, I can control him, and I can give the control to AI anytime by accessing the pause menu and set dummy control AI, and AI level is 8, which is the highest difficulty. But for this character, it only have 1 difficulty. It doesn't matter you give 8 or 1. So because this is a character designed for old Mugen, there's no AI difficulty. And you see he is very aggressive, but I can turn the AI off by switch to manual. he stopped. So this is how a character should behave. And if you go to versus mode, and you see you can control them. If you want to hand over the character to AI, you can press Ctrl 1 for player 1, or hit Ctrl 1 again. Yeah, you hit Ctrl 1 again and then you regain control. You see our code works. When player is controlling, it's controlled by player. When AI is controlling, it's controlled by AI.